It's flat, it's watery, and it has the alcohol content of a rancid coconut. Oh, I'm so excited for this book. Welcome back, my darling. Boyce here, and on this channel it is my goal to help you find your new book obsession. Subscribe for all things fantasy books, first looks, and author interviews. Okay, so even though you'll be watching this much later than I am filming it, I just got back from LitRPG Con and it was so much fun. Okay, sidebar though, some idiot set their mattress on fire, I heard. I don't know if that's true, but at 2 a.m. we were evacuated and we stood for 2 hours in the parking lot. Just a bunch of tired book nerds hanging out, shooting the breeze. Somebody brought by emergency tacos, so that was fun. And everyone was just so wonderful, and then everyone really kept the energy and the spirit up, so I appreciated that. Aside from that, it was a very fun, very eventful, very exciting conference, and I think that next year when I go, I will actually do a vlog of it. But since this was my first time, I wanted to just enjoy the conference and meet all of the people who I've only spoken with online in person and actually see their faces. That was really nice to put faces with the names. Now, of course, at any book conference, you have to buy too many books. That's just the deal. That's how it works, and I'm very lucky that my boyfriend and I drove there because I was able to buy as many as I wanted. So we're gonna talk about all the ones that I got. This is very high level. This is not going to be a first look. This is going to be me showing off pretty shiny covers. And what I want to know in the comments, go ahead and comment below as you look at each of them. Tell me if you've read them, because I want to prioritize them and I want to know which ones you really love or which ones have been on your TBR for a while and what excites you about them. So let's dive in. Oh, as a side note, I am probably going to get a lot of the genres, etc. wrong because I haven't researched any of these beyond talking to some of the authors. A lot of these are signed, which is fantastic, and I think that I might actually be giving some of these away on the channel, so keep an eye out for that, okay? The first one is Beers and Beards. I say it wrong every time, so I'm actually really proud of myself for getting it that time, by Jolly Jupiter. If I'm not mistaken, this one started out on Royal Road, and it is a cozy fantasy. So let me go ahead and read you the book description. But I've been looking forward to this one for a while, and this one is definitely on the queue to get a first look on the channel. In his new fantasy world, only he can show his people the taste they're missing. Pete is a simple man who enjoys a good drink amongst good friends. Not too much to ask, right? Now he's trapped in a fantasy world far from home, stuck underground in the body of a smelly dwarf with fantastic facial hair. The worst part? The swill that the dwarves are falling all over themselves to drink. It's flat, it's watery, and it has the alcohol content of a rancid coconut. Oh, I'm so excited for this book. Can Pete save the dwarves from their own sour fate, or will he be forever doomed to plink his pickaxe away in hopes that he hits the mother lode? So this is an Aethon book, and I have really been enjoying getting to know the backlist of Aethon. They're a fantastic publisher, and I am so excited for this one. This one's definitely going to get a first look. Now, the next one is Runeseeker by J.M. Clark and C.J. Thompson. Now, this is a co-write that has been on my list for a while. J.M. Clark is actually a good buddy of mine, so I am absolutely biased. I'm not even going to pretend. But this one, he's actually going to sign for me when I go to Dragon Con in a month. So again, I might be giving this one away. Or I might just selfishly keep it. Now, I know that this is an epic fantasy. I believe it's a progression. We're going to read the book description and find out together. The Everfail will rise. His enemies will fall. Haral is the Everfail, the weakest person on the flying island of Fallen Reach. He trains harder than any warrior, studies longer than any scholar. But all his people are born with magic powered by the sun, flowing through tattoos on their bodies. Despite having enormous energy within, Haral is the only one who can't channel it. His hard work is worth nothing, until it isn't. In a moment of danger, Haral unlocks an achievement with a special instruction. Access a dungeon to receive a class-specific reward. It's his first and maybe last chance for real power. Just one problem. All dungeons lay in the wilderness below the flying islands that humanity lives on, and there lay secrets and dangers that no one has survived. New powers await, but so do new challenges. If he survives, he could forge his own path to power. But if he fails, death will be the least of his problems. Ooh, this sounds so good. Okay, so this is an epic fantasy lit RPG, then, from the sounds of it. And maybe a game lit. I'm really excited to look at it. Oh man, this one's gonna be so good. This is another Athon book, so definitely getting a first look from me. So if it's not like weirdly reflecting, it's blurry. I'm fighting my camera on this one. Okay, the next one is Steel Foundations by J. Krause. Krause? Oh, God, dude, I'm so sorry if I said that wrong. I have no idea what this one is about. This one just called to me, and I am excited to discover this one with you. Steel Foundations asks the question, what if a 16th century German knight was thrust into a world of magic, gods, and monsters, forced to navigate the unknown while mourning the loss of everything he once knew? Leon Jaeger, a stoic and unyielding knight, lives by a simple code: repay kindness with a river of ambrosia, and slights with total destruction. That's a balanced and reasonable approach to life. But when an unexplainable force pulls him into a foreign world where magic flows and monsters roam, his creed will be tested like never before. Struggling to comprehend powers beyond his imagining, Leon must master the mystical art of chi cultivation while hiding his abilities from those who might exploit them. As he maneuvers through this strange land of gods, magic, and cultivation, Leon must not only survive, but carve out his place, without losing himself in the process. Steel Foundations blends the epic drama of Western fantasy with the intricate philosophy of Chinese cultivation, wrapped in the fast-paced thrills of LitRPG. Swords, sorcery, and mystical forces converge in this unique isekai adventure, where Eastern tradition meets a knight's resolve. Oh, and this is actually a LitRPG Con special edition, so that's really cool. So this is a LitRPG cultivation isekai. There's a lot of tropes in this one. So if you really like that intersection, maybe you're gonna enjoy this one. Okay, for this next one, tell me if you can resist this cover, okay? It's ridiculous, and I love it. So this is Magic Murder Cube Marine, book 1 by Alex Karn. I really hope I said that right. I'm very sorry if I didn't. And I'm not gonna lie to you, the cover alone is what made me buy this book. Actually, I think he might have given this to me. I think he was giving out a lot of them. There were so many great people at LitRPG Con who were just like, here, have a free book. And I was like, I'm not gonna say no to that. So this one is really cool. And I believe he signed it. Did he? Oh, no. This, I'm thinking of a different one. Darn, this one didn't get signed. Maybe I'll ask for a book plate on this one. But yeah, so let's go ahead and read the book description together. Francis III, that's what it says, was one hell of a Marine. He died doing what he loved, killing everyone around him. I love this book already. After being vaporized in the line of duty, Francis is transported to a new world full of gods and magic. Too bad Hades is trying to kill him for declining a job offer, and System holds a grudge for what happened during character creation. His new patron deity seems nice, but who knows if they can be trusted. Armed with nothing but his lucky pink booty shorts, a pair of matching flip-flops, and 19 years' experience fighting in the Marine Corps, Francis has one goal: find a way home to his fellow grunts, or be listed as KIA forever. And the little unicorn on the back says, grunts love this book, and you will too. So, I mean, if the unicorn says it, who are we to disagree? Okay, I got this one signed, and I don't know if I'm going to give it away or not, because I've been looking forward to reading this one for a while. This is The Halfling's Harvest by S.L. Rowland, and from everything I've heard so far, this is a cozy fantasy. It's supposed to be very relaxing, very chill, and I'm excited. So let's go ahead and read the book description. When pumpkins glow and cider flows, behold the harvest's magic. For most halflings, the annual Harvest Festival is a time to revel in life's simple pleasures: hearty feasts, flowing wine, and warm hospitality. But for Marigold Bramblefoot, love the name, owner of the Dewdrop Inn and Vineyard, It's the busiest and most stressful time of the year. Juggling an inn full of quirky guests, preparing for the bustling festivities, and managing her vineyard would be enough to overwhelm anyone. But Marigold has her sights set on something bigger, winning first place in the annual wine competition and finally stepping out of her father's shadow. The only problem? Her rival, Darkroot Cellars, has dominated the competition for a decade, thanks to druidic magic behind their wines. With her hands full and her heart set on success, Marigold must balance the chaos of the festival, a budding romance, and unraveling the vineyard's hidden mysteries, all while discovering what it truly means to craft her own legacy. Because in Willowbrook, the Harvest Festival is more than a celebration. It's a season for transformation, and Marigold's is long overdue. About the series, welcome to the enchanting world of Tales of Adria, where small-scale stories, low-stakes adventure, and cozy fantasy come to life with an epic high fantasy realm. I'm so excited. I am very, very, very excited. This cover is ridiculous, and I love it so much. The next one is Discount Dan by James A. Hunter. And I don't know if you can see this cover. Look at this. Yes, that is a toilet monster. So yeah, basically everything about this cover is hilarious. And I love that he's about to use a Molotov cocktail on said toilet monster. So let's go ahead and figure out what this one's about. No clip in, no way out. All Dan wants is to find a way home. He'd settle for a beer, a bite to eat, and a place to sleep off his hangover. But in an endless, ever-changing dungeon cobbled together from twisted carnivals, abandoned shopping malls, janky laundromats, and condemned insane asylums, getting a bit of shut-eye is harder than it sounds. Dan has accidentally no-clipped into the backrooms, a bizarro, extra-dimensional Alice in Wonderland world. Ooh, that's a fun twist. Overrun with horrific nightmare creatures known as the Dwellers. No one ever gets out. Hell, forget about leaving. If Dan wants to survive the week, he's going to need to harness the strange game-like magic of the backrooms, make some very sketchy allies, and carve out a little safe haven to call his own. And he's going to need to do it fast, because Dan is being hunted. The flayed monarch of the 999th floor has marked him for death, and no one walks away from the skinless court with their hide intact. Oh, the skinless court. Whoa. So this sounds like a very, very dark, maybe game lit. It doesn't sound like it's full lit RPG. I like the Alice in Wonderland twist. Like, obviously it's not Alice in Wonderland, but the world that it's set in is very different. And I'm excited to look into this one more. Okay, so the next one again has a hilarious cover. And I am here for it. And I met these guys and they are so nice. It was an absolute pleasure to meet them. And they were wearing similar shorts. So that was a nice touch. Also, their table was covered in octopuses, just like this one. And I really wanted one of the plushies, but they weren't for sale. So this one is Rickshaw Riot by Ben Wolfe and Luke Mesa. It is a lit RPG adventure. And we are going to read the book description now. Trapped in a video game with no escape. Now running is his only option. Video game mogul Eric Shaw is minutes away from becoming a billionaire. Once he launches his immersive digital playground, the Allverse, countless gamers will dive headfirst into a world that combines every video game ever created. Then Eric will cash in on their subscription fees and he'll never have to play another video game again. But when Eric initiates the launch, a system-wide glitch traps him in the Allverse, with over 1 billion gamers and the rogue AI now controlling the world. It's the last place Eric wants to be, and he wants nothing more than to escape back to the real world where he's on top. With no way out and all the good games and classes already claimed, Eric gets stuck with the Allverse's leftovers, an old rickshaw, and a mouthy space octopus companion. Space octopus, okay. Not a great combo against classic racing games, legendary first-person shooters, and brutal combat simulators. Can Eric level up fast enough to keep from getting left behind? Can he find a way to escape the Allverse once and for all and get back to the real world? Or will the system AI succeed in keeping him there, along with 1 billion other gamers, forever? Rickshaw Riot is the first book in the rip-roaring Rickshaw Eric Shaw LitRPG series co-written by Ben Wolfe and Luke Mesa. It's perfect for fans of Dungeon Crawler Carl, Discount Dan, and He Who Fights with Monsters. Get it now. Ben Wolfe and Luke Mesa are notorious for writing fiction with high-intensity action scenes and a healthy dose of humor. This is their first official collaboration, and this is the best idea for a series they could come up with. Clearly, it's not going well. Okay, so I have a feeling this is going to be a really funny lit RPG mixed with dark moments. When I saw this cover, I was hooked. And I just love everything about it. The way she looks feral, the magic in her hand, the scars on her back, everything about this, even the art style, absolutely love it. So this is Calamity by Rachel Need Churik. Sorry if I said that wrong. Let's find out what it's about. When Zara awoke to find Valerius, leader of the legendary Gilded Knights, towering over her, she thought she had gone mad. She was the Fury, mistress of claw and flame. Armies trembled at her name. Now she lay chained and broken, a prisoner in her own home. But that wasn't why she thought herself mad. Only yesterday she had a different life. She remembered her nephew in the local arcade, struggling to beat the villainous Zara, the Fury, in Knights of Eternity. She remembered her uncle and his big booming laugh, and the gun that changed everything. Okay, so we're looking at an isekai, probably dark fantasy lit RPG, and, well, maybe not lit RPG, it might be game lit. It might not have the hard magic system, I don't know yet. Yeah, this one looks really good. I love the idea of the Fury, mistress of claw and flame. That sounds really good. I'm excited for this one. It's too bad that the author wasn't around to sign it. It was sort of hit or miss whether or not you would catch authors at the table, but I'm still very excited for this one. Maybe I'll reach out to her and I'll reach out to them and get a book plate. We'll see. So those are all the books I got at LitRPG Con. You will probably be seeing many of them in upcoming first look videos. And for now, I will let you go, but I will be back soon with more bookish nonsense. Bye. All right, that's everything for today. Subscribe to find your next book obsession, or give me your thoughts in the comments below, because I would really love to know what you think about this video. And you can support me by either clicking the like button or any of the links below. Thank you so much for being here, my darling, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.